Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Veda and this is The Simple Budget. Here on my channel, I show you how my family is using the zero-based budgeting method in order to get out of debt and simplify our financial life. If that sounds like content that you're interested in, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button and join our little crew here. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. All right, well, I know I said in my intro video or my intro clip that my channel is about budgeting, and my channel is about budgeting. But if you're new here today, this has been a requested video for me to film. I have a slight mug obsession, coffee mug obsession, and I have been asked several times to see my mug collection. And so what I've decided to do is to kind of break it down into pieces. I'm not sure when I'll film the other ones, but a pretty substantial part of my collection is my Christmas mug collection. And so I am bringing that content to you today. I hope it's something that you're interested in. And if not, that's totally fine. I understand that this kind of stuff is not everyone's cup of tea or cup of coffee, as is the case in my world. But yeah, so let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Most of my mugs at this point have some sort of, not like a story, but they're special to me, and that's why I've kept them. I have gotten rid of a lot of mugs over the years just because I don't, I've mentioned this like 1,000 times on my channel. I had a bit of a spending problem, and so sometimes I would just like acquire things really frivolously and thoughtlessly, and I got rid of the things that were like that didn't really have any kind of significance to me. Not that like mugs are significant, but I definitely have kept the ones that are more special or that fit my criteria. And I will go over my criteria actually when I explain my first mug to you. So I'll just start with this one. This is from the Hearth and Hand section of Target. It's Chip and Joanna Gaines line. And this fits my criteria for a couple of reasons. I have mentioned this before on my channel, but if you did not know, I am tall. I'm 5'10", and I have always felt like my hands are large, or like I feel large. And so I like my coffee cups to be large so that they can make me feel like my hands look small, which is like a really weird criteria to have. And I understand that that's very specific to me. But also I'm the type of person who, I drink a lot of coffee. I relegate it to the morning time because, caffeine keeps me awake, and I only allow myself to have 2 cups, but I prefer the cups to be large. And so this fit the criteria. And so I like it to hold at least, my preference is at least 16 ounces of coffee, and then I will have 2 of those. But I spread that out over the course of a few hours. It's not like I'm drinking it in a concentrated format. But yeah, so I liked this one. I am a huge evergreen fan. I actually have an evergreen tattooed on my ankle. It looks kind of similar to this, actually. I love evergreen trees. I always have. And so for me, this one isn't necessarily like a Christmas mug, but an evergreen is very symbolic of Christmas time to me. And so that's why I got this mug, and I kept it because, 1, I was actually with my sister when I bought it, but 2, it fits my criteria and falls within the Christmas realm for me. So that's that guy. And some of them I'll do cutaways, like so that you can get like a better view of the design on them, but some of them I'll just hold them, explain them to you. So I'm not going to do a cutaway of this one because I feel like, you can see it really well. So that's that. And then next up, these are actually fun. So I have 4 of these. So I have 2 of these and 2 of these. And obviously we just discussed my criteria. They do not fit my criteria. But that is because, first of all, I just thought that they were so adorable. These are also, you'll notice this is probably a pattern of mine. A lot of these are from the Hearth and Hand section of Chip and Joanna Gaines line at Target. I loved them because the red says cozy and the green says comfy, but also I I bought these specifically to be hot chocolate mugs. So that's why I have 4 of them, because myself, my husband, and my son and daughter. And the hot cocoa that I make is like really rich. And so you don't need a lot of it. And so I thought these would be the perfect mug for that. And I just love the Fair Isle print on them, and that they were embossed. I really like them, and I love the little reindeer. Like, there was just a lot about them that I just thought was really sweet. I think these were out last year, if I recall correctly. So I do apologize. I think like one of my mugs is current, like a current. You could still probably find it if you wanted to. So I do apologize for that. But, I've been working this entire last year on controlling my spending. And so that would be why I do not have current mugs for you to purchase if you were interested. But I just like to, and actually, if you just keep a lookout, Chip and Joanna Gaines always do stuff like this every single year. So you may not get this exact one, but if you were looking for something in this neighborhood, you would certainly probably still find it in their section at Target. So, and what I liked about them also is that when they're stacked, it kind of looks like they're complementary patterns. So anyways, and like I mentioned, I have 4 of these. I have 2 of each, but I didn't feel the need to bring out all 4 for you guys to see. Next up is the one I am currently drinking out of, and this is one that I'm probably going to include a cutaway for you, because if I tip this over, it's going to spill my coffee everywhere, and we just can't have that. The color is certainly not traditionally Christmassy. It's more like an aqua color, but there's like some holly that's like printed on the side. I'm just going to probably just do the cutaway to explain it, but excuse me, this one I just could not resist. I walked into Starbucks and I saw it, and they make this like camp style, like short, wide mug. It seems like every year around this time. And I loved this one. And the color for me reminded me a lot of the December birthstone, blue topaz. And so I was kind of like, oh, that kind of fits. Even though it's not like a Christmassy color, it kind of fits with the theme. And this one comes out with my Christmas mugs every single year. Well, I bought it last year. So no, was it last year or the year before? It was either last year or the year before, but I loved this one so much. If something ever happens to this, I'll be so sad. And I will definitely go hunting for it, like on eBay or something, because I love her. I just think she's so pretty. So I'm going to put this off to the side because it does have my coffee in it. Next up, this is a pretty simple, I am not like I do have 2 other mugs that are coming later that are a little bit flashier, but I'm not really a flashy kind of person. I've talked about this on my channel before. This is also from Hearth and Hand at Chip and Joanna Gaines section, and I'm pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure that my sister actually bought this one for me. In fact, I'm 100% sure. My sister bought this one for me. It's got a very minimal design, like pattern sort of embossed in it, but it's nothing like particularly noticeable. And I just love the red. I love how big it is. I love how much coffee it holds. It is definitely one that I reach for regularly. Just because I think it's like the perfect mug. Makes my hands feel tiny. So that's why I got that one. I'll just put her off to the side too. And then next up, these are actually also for my sister, for sure. This I do remember. She bought me these for my birthday one year, and they are actually from the, what is it called? I think they call it Bullseye's Playground at Target, but I just call it the Dollar Spot, the Dollar Spot at Target. There's some, oh no, I wonder if that, oh no, it looks like it's coming off. It's just a little bit of schmutz. It was just hanging out in my cabinet, so and I, some of these I still have to like wash before I like properly put them out, but I love them. I love the like script on this one and the like box writing on this one. I just think they're pretty. They don't hold as much coffee as I usually like, and they're not as big as I usually prefer, but they're still, I don't know, I still really like them. And they're great hot cocoa mugs, because again, you're not drinking that much hot cocoa in one sitting. At least I'm not, because mine is super rich and thick. So this is a great hot cocoa mug, and we certainly use those for that as well, especially if I'm just making it for my son and daughter, because this is just a pairing of 2. And I'm just gonna go ahead and just pop these guys back in the little corner here. Maybe you can see them now. You can. All right. Next up is a hilarious one. This is a vintage Santa mug. And I actually did buy him this year, and I mentioned him in one of my weekly check-ins, and we were laughing because when it came in, I mean, he's so tiny. Like, this might be 3 inches tall, maybe. I thought he was bigger. He looked bigger, but I cannot bear to get rid of him. First of all, because the jolly little Santa face, but also like this is another great little, this would be like an espresso mug, or, I mean, I don't drink espresso, but it would be a great espresso mug, or again, my hot cocoa, because it is, you know, it's a lot. So just a little bit goes a long way. And I just think he's too cute. And like, honestly, I would be equally as happy to drink wine out of him, or, I don't know, like my kombucha or something. I just thought he was so cute. And even though he was not what I was hoping he was, I was not about to get rid of him. Plus he's vintage. Like, who doesn't love a good little vintage piece? This one, I mean, say no more. Am I right? This is actually my husband's. My mom gifted it to him for his 40th birthday and not for Christmas. But I mean, Christmas vacation, you know, it is a Christmas mug. It is small. It is not, I never drink out of this one. My husband does. Because again, it doesn't fit my mug criteria, but it's just too good. It's too good for words. So he's sticking around. Next up, actually, these are not mugs. These are beer steins, but I am including them in this because they are Christmassy, and they are special because they were gifts from my brother, actually, for our birthdays one year. So these are Budweiser steins, and my brother very thoughtfully gifted them to us. They are from the year of our birth. So I don't know which one is which, to be perfectly honest with you, but my husband was born in 1983 and I was born in 1984, and Budweiser used to do these steins, I guess. I'm not sure if they stopped it. Maybe they didn't stop it. I don't know. But they made them, they were like a collector's item every year. And so my brother decided one year to buy all of the siblings, because I'm one of 5 kids, all of the siblings and their spouses a Budweiser stein from the year of our birth. So I just thought it was such a thoughtful gift. And I make sure, even though I can't really drink beer anymore, I love beer, but I can't really drink it anymore because it just doesn't agree with my body. I do make sure every Christmas season to drink something out of it because it's too special. So there's this one, and then this one. And like I said, I don't remember which one is which year. I don't know if this one is my husband's or the other one is, but I just think they're so cool. And I love the detail on them. Like, they just don't make stuff like this anymore. And these are like really sturdy. This is like a hardy beer stein. So I love it. I love it so much. And I just thought it's such a thoughtful thing. And even though it's not a Christmas mug, maybe you guys would like seeing them anyway. So that's why I included them. Next up, I know you've seen this on my channel before. This one is not technically a Christmas mug. This is just like the like aqua colored one that I showed you earlier. I love this, this style of mug, how wide and shallow it is. I just really like it. And, yeah, it's not Christmassy. I mean, it's just red with the little white speckles on it, but I just thought it was too great. And I actually only drink out of it at Christmas time because for me, it feels like Christmas because it's red. And I don't really have like a lot of colorful things in my house anyway. So, I just bring him out at Christmas time, but I just love this one. I just think it's so great. And like I mentioned earlier with the other, like the aqua colored one that I showed you, they put one of these out every single year. So they change up the design, and when they go, like it's not like they're going to get another shipment in. So you have to kind of grab it when you see it, unfortunately, if you're in the market for it and you have it in your budget. But even this year's was really pretty. It was like an iridescent red, and it had like pretty white ribbon, like all around it. It was beautiful. So anyways, that's this guy, and I love him so. All right, this one, I go back and forth on getting rid of it. This is also from the Hearth and Hand section of Target, the Chip and Joanna Gaines line. I got it because I liked how, this is weird, but I thought it looked like masculine. This like particular like plaid pattern or whatever was really simplistic and minimalist and masculine, just had masculine energy to me. But I also liked that it said joy. The problem though is for me, and why I consider getting rid of it a lot, it was sort of an impulse purchase. So that's problem the first, but also it doesn't really fit my criteria. It certainly fits my hot chocolate drinking criteria because it's not particularly large, but we don't like drink that much hot chocolate at Christmas time, especially in Texas. We don't get very wintry weather. We'll have like a week or two maybe in January or February, but apart from that, it's not like cold hot cocoa weather like where I grew up on the East Coast. So that's why I go back and forth on getting rid of this one. I'm still not ready to part with it, but it's definitely one that I think about like every year when I pull it out. Like I'm like, oh, do I really need this one? The answer is no, I don't need it, but I don't know if I'm ready to part with it yet. So I don't know. We'll see. Next up is such a special one. I love this guy. So he's a little owl, and you're probably like, why is he Christmassy? Because he's holding a little holly berry branch here, if you can see that. This one meets all of the criteria. He is a giant mug. He holds so much coffee. I don't even fill this all the way when I drink coffee from him. Even his handle is ginormous. I absolutely love it. And he's special because my sister and I have matching ones of this, and ours, they have names. So I think we named them like Howard and Harold, because we're just that cheesy sometimes. And I just love him. He makes me smile every time I pull him out of the cabinet. I just think he's so cute. And yeah, I will never part with this one. I mean, I just need him to never break ever. But yeah, I think he's so cute. I love his little feet. Like, I just love his little ears. There's everything about this mug I absolutely adore. So, and I love holly, like the actual, like the plant. Like the leaves are just so beautiful, and I love the little berries. And anyway, that's why I have him and why I will never ever part with him. I think we got this from like a TJ Maxx or something like that. Marshall's, Home Goods, something in that neighborhood. Next up, you've seen him already this year. He was a topic of controversy on the channel. This was also from the Hearth and Hand section at Chip and Joanna Gaines line at Target. This fits my like very minimalist sort of vibe. I like just like the simple evergreens. I've mentioned I love evergreens. And even though it doesn't really meet the criteria size-wise, I do feel like it holds a decent amount of coffee. I think it's the like teapot style of the mug itself. And that's why it feels like he holds so much coffee, but I love it. I actually drink out of it, although I have to fight it away from my husband because even though he was not happy that I bought this, he uses it a lot. So, yeah, he's just a fun one. I love him. There's no like significance to it, but I just thought it was too pretty to pass up because I love the embossed trees in it. So I couldn't just leave him there. Next up are some fun ones. These are what I mentioned are a little showy. So I'll show them each individually to you. These were from Anthropologie a couple of years ago. This is real gold, and we discovered this when my mom not accidentally, I mean, she intentionally microwaved it, but we weren't thinking when she put it in the microwave, and then it started sparking, and we were like, oh, okay, so that's real gold. But I actually have this puzzle as well. They put out puzzles this year. I think this is like weird cursive that I don't understand. So I don't know how to say her name. But it was from Anthro. I don't know if they still make them, but I just thought it was so cute. I love the little song Up on the Housetop. I loved this house. It reminds me of the Madeline. Is it Madeline? The little children's book series. I think it's Madeline. Anyway, it reminded me of the house in there for some reason. And like I mentioned, I bought the accompanying puzzle as well because I love to do puzzles. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that to you guys before. So yeah, I could not leave this. Like when I saw them, I just thought that they were so, so beautiful. I loved the detail and the print and everything. And then this one, similarly, I also have the matching puzzle for this. Or maybe this is all in one puzzle. I can't remember. I think it's all in one puzzle, and these trees are like up in the corner somewhere. But I just love the Christmas tree. I loved all the different kinds of Christmas trees. Because even though I'm something of a a traditional kind of Christmas tree gal. That does not mean that I don't appreciate how fun some people decorate their Christmas trees. And so I just loved both of these from this artist, and I just couldn't not leave them there. They hold on the low end of what I like. I think they hold about 16 ounces of coffee. So they're a good size. Like, I don't mind them. And they're so pretty. All right, we have 2 left, and one doesn't even count as a coffee mug technically, but this is one that I did buy this year. You guys have seen it on my channel. This is from West Elm, and I could not leave him there. He's a Christmas tree. Like, how do you just let him stay in the store? You don't. You buy him. You bring him home with you. This one holds, I think it's 18 ounces of coffee. I love how big it is. I love that it's shaped like a Christmas tree. Like, he tapers, and I just love that. Yeah, and it's not like difficult to drink out of or anything like that with the little divots in here from the evergreen, but I love it. It meets all of my criteria. I love Christmas trees. He was not about to stay at West Elm. He was definitely for sure coming home to live with me, and I bought one for my sister too. And so that was part of her Christmas gift this year. It's not Christmas yet, so she doesn't know that she's got it, but she doesn't watch my channel because she doesn't know that it exists. So that'll be fun to like watch her open that. Last up, this is the one that I said that's not really like a mug. This is also from the Hearth and Hand section at Chip and Joanna Gaines Hearth and Hand section at Target. I keep tripping over that. This is actually part of a set. So this is for Santa's milk, and then there was a plate for cookies, and it matches. It has this pattern on the plate as well, all the way around like the rim of it. And I just loved it. I just thought that was too cute for words. My kids no longer believe in Santa, which is such a bummer. My daughter's last Christmas was my daughter's last Christmas believing in Santa. She'll be 9 in February, and one of our little neighbor kids told her that Santa wasn't real, and so she doesn't believe anymore. But that's okay. We'll still put out milk and cookies for Santa, because Santa, aka Mom and Dad, still love a little bit of milk and cookies treat on Christmas Eve. So it's still, though, like, it fits my criteria. I love how big it is. It tapers a little bit, like up at the top. And if, I was really hard up for a Christmas mug, I would certainly use this for that. But we literally don't ever use this one except for Christmas Eve for milk and cookies. So that's what his use is. But again, it's a mug, so I had to feature it. All right. Well, that actually went a lot faster than I thought it was going to. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I know it's not my typical content, but it's always fun to like hang out with each other a little bit outside of the norm of when we usually do, and for the reasons that we usually do, and get to know each other a little bit better. You'll have to let me know if you guys have any kind of like thing like this. I know that it seems like a lot of us on my channel here in this community here in the Simple Budget community really are into mugs and have a little thing for them. But you'll have to let me know if there's anything like this where like when you see them, it stops you in your tracks. Like you're like, oh, I have to look at fill in the blank, whatever it is. I'd be curious to know, just because it's fun to like know those things about each other. So yeah. Well, if you did enjoy today's video, I would so much appreciate it if you gave me a thumbs up and left me a comment down below, obviously asking or answering the question that I asked. Are you a mug person, or are you a water bottle person, or are you, oh, I just bumped you, sorry. Are you a something else kind of person? So let me know. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you did. My typical content is budget related, but every now and then you gotta just break free from the typical stuff. And yeah, so I'm gonna see you guys on Friday for our regular weekly check-in, and just from a content scheduling standpoint, obviously I'm not going to upload on Christmas Day, my normal cash stuffing. We will either do that Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. I haven't decided yet when I will put up that this week's cash stuffing video. It is going up. I'm not gonna not put it up, but It'll either be Tuesday or Wednesday of next week because we all need a little Christmas break, you know? Yeah, and then after that, we've got a lot of like fun end of 2023, beginning of 2024 content coming. Obviously, the budget with me. We will have our debt update, our 1-year debt update. So after our Q4 payment, obviously, we're going to go ahead and update you guys on what our debt looks like now. And we're just gonna include a couple extra little details in there because once you've been paying down debt for an entire year, there's like a lot of stats that are fun to kind of look at. So be on the lookout for those kind of things in the coming weeks. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and your week. And I will see you on Friday. Bye, everyone.